Hi, this is Maya from the Worldwide Good News, and I have Laura Duksta here. She's an author, speaker, visionary. She inspires people to shine through the power of love. I'm just an amazing woman. I've been following you for a few years now, and you just really, really inspire me. So thank you for being here today.
Thanks for having me, Maya. We're on the same kind of mission, filling the world up with good news.
Yes, yes, and you are good news. I mean, your two books is I Love You More and You're a Gift to the World, right? I mean, they'll just say it. Yeah.
Yeah. That's what I think. The title really says everything. The first one's I Love You More, and it, of course, I have them with me. So this one at the end of this year has been in the world for 10 years. It's getting ready to celebrate its 10th year anniversary. And then my new book, You Are a Gift to the World, which flips over to The World is a Gift to You, just came out this past April. So it's brand new in the world. It's my infant.
Oh, that's so great. Congratulations. And they're so beautiful and, inspiring. And you have such an inspiring story. I mean, we could see you've got this gorgeous head. And that's what actually created, if I looked at your bio, whatever life gave you, you made not just a lemonade, you made this beautiful lemon spritzer with wonderful flavors inside. So tell us a little bit about that journey.
Maybe that ties into the whole part of me getting lost as a bartender for a while. But yes, and what I love doing about video interviews is I do so much radio, and I'm always like, what your listeners can't see, but what your audience can see is that I have no hair. And I lost my hair when I was 11 years old to a condition called alopecia areata. It's a stress-triggered condition, like most good diseases. And there was a lot going on in my life. And stress is relative. So my father was a raging alcoholic, but I also got my first really bad grade in school, and my family moved from a place that I loved to a place that I didn't love so much. So you never know what really is going to trigger it. And so when I was 11 years old, I had long brown wavy hair that fell out, and I just dealt with it as poorly as possible. I became very, very introverted. I didn't want to speak to anybody about it. I got wigs, started wearing them, and for 19 years wore wigs trying to be like everybody else. I definitely didn't feel like I was loved or have the experience that I was loved, but now I've learned that it's all love. Sometimes it just doesn't look the way that we think that it should. So 19 years of wearing wigs, trying to be like everybody else. I one night found myself praying for my sister. She was a younger mother than she expected to be, and now she was pregnant with her next child. And as I prayed for her, a voice clearly answered me and said, your sister's fine, pray for your nephew. And as I began praying for my nephew, the whole idea for my first book flooded my being. I now really believe that it went back even to my childhood of feeling like I wasn't loved and that there was a lot going on. And so not only was it a gift and a message for my nephew and my sister, it healed a lot that needed healing in my life. And then I realized that it was really even a bigger picture, that it was really for all children, no matter their age, to know that no matter what's going on in their life or in the world around them, how truly loved they are.
Oh, that's so beautiful.
So that's how I kind of got started on this little path
of love.
What I remembered, and sometimes I think we have these little visions or insights when we're kids of what we think we're going to do or what we want to do. And I remember when I was about 7 or 8 years old, learning two things. One, that we're all brothers and sisters. And two, because of that, we're all, everybody deserves love. And you can decide whether you like someone or not, but love is a given. And because we're like this one big human family. And I felt at 7 or 8 years old that I was somehow going to travel the world, meet my brothers and sisters, and share this message of love. But I had no idea how that was going to happen. And then my life circumstances or my life experiences prepped me. I have a mentor that I love, John DeMartini, who says that your voids drive your values. And so because I didn't feel loved as a kid, not saying that I wasn't, because I didn't feel love or didn't perceive that I was loved, that's become my biggest value. And now I want to make sure that all the children in the world are loved. Now, I would never trade my hair or my life experiences for the message that I get to deliver in the world. So it all really works out when you start looking for, like, what are the gifts? What are the benefits that are coming from this? And now these books provide such an incredible platform for me to go out and reach my brothers and sisters and share the message of love, whether I can be there in person or in videos, or just, something that somebody picks up in a store and then brings home and shares with somebody that they love for a birthday or a special occasion. So I feel very blessed.
That's really, really beautiful. And it's so, I mean, it warms your heart. And that message for children, because there's so many children who either don't believe that they're loved or actually are living in circumstances that, they don't get love. And to know that your mission is actually to reach those people and really bring that concept of love to their lives. So that's really, really beautiful.
One of the things that I've decided too is that I no longer want to call them children's picture books. Although you can, inside of that, I believe that we're all children and that we're all brothers and sisters. And the books, both of them can be read as a message between creator and child, or the universe and child. And I'm really getting in the habit of calling them picture books. And because they're really written just as much for the children, the parents, the grandparents, the teachers, the preachers, the aunts and uncles, the librarians, and anybody who picks them up. And I think that it's such a neat way. It's a book that you can read over and over again. And we all know that power of repetition. And then when you put the pictures with it, and you put these, these lyrical, poetic type phrases, it's an incredible way to soak a message in. And the books are really designed to fill the world with love and appreciation. And we've learned what great attractor factors those are. So that we're doing that for our children, but also for ourselves. This is my kind of reading. One sentence on every page. You can read it over and over and over again.
Yeah, and I love pictures. So what are you, besides doing these amazing books, you said that those basically are launching you forward to talk to your brothers and sisters. So how are you doing it? Are you actually traveling the world talking to your brothers and sisters?
Yes, well, I just got back from a 5-week tour with my new book, You're a Gift to the World. I was out all over the United States, and that's ideally what I'd love to be doing, and I'm setting it up so that I'm doing more of that this fall. One of the things that I love the most is going in and speaking to kids. So there's nothing like an audience of like 5 to even 15-year-olds. There's a different way, obviously, that you can interact with 5-year-olds and share with them about, we do cheers in the school. So I teach them a genius cheer and an I shine cheer. And I'm just giving them tools that I learned when I was older, giving them tools that make sense to them at this age that they can use so that they end up having their best lives and create whatever it is that they want for themselves. So that's one of the things that I do is I have a school program called Empowering Our Children to Shine Through the Power of Love. And I take that all over. And the neat thing is that I've learned as well is to appreciate where you do have that you say you want in your life. So it's incredible, these virtual communities, and that we can do interviews like this, and that we can be on Facebook, or we can be in the community. I think that the way that we originally connected was through co-creating our reality. An online community that I started with Lilu Mace and Sandy Grayson, I don't know, maybe 6 years ago now. So we have all of these opportunities to connect with our brothers and sisters very easily. And yes, I pointed out to the universe that I meant physically step foot in every country. And I'll make that work.
Yeah. No, that's so great. And it's exactly, I think, was tying up with my question to how, if you had a message for those young people who are not feeling loved or are not sure they're getting love, what would that be? How would that one sentence, one cheer, one thing that will help them through their days?
I think, the biggest gift that I've been able to give to the world, and I love the prayer of St. Francis. I use that all the time, but I say, make me an instrument of your love. Where there's hatred, let me, but the gift that I would give to children, I think the biggest gift that I've given is to bring the message from my books into the world. So if people can get their hands on that, I do really love the repetition of it. And I love you more. The phrase I love you is repeated probably 30 times.
Wow.
And people sometimes say, they're like, oh, my child is just taken to the book, and the kid's like, 6 months or even 18 months. And I said, well, you can't sit down and say, I love you to your child over and over and over again without a certain energy being created. So I don't care how old you are as a child, if you're feeling unloved, that book was an answer to a prayer. And I'm so clear. That was another kind of vision that I had one day. I was driving, listening to Michael Beckwith, who's also one of the teachers from The Secret, who's the minister at Agape. Yeah. This was before The Secret came out. It was after I had self-published I Love You More. And I was driving and I was listening to CDs of his. It was probably about 2003, 2004. And tears started pouring down my face. I had to pull over on the side of the road. And I heard a voice and it said, your book is really a message between creator and child, but the relationship that most people would understand is mother and child. Mm-hmm. So there's a message of love in there that says, I love you deeper than the deepest fish ever swam. I love you stronger than the strongest big river dam. I love you mightier than the mightiest wind ever blew. I love you fuller than the fullest moon you ever knew. That's how loved we are. And then the beauty of, I think, both of my books is that they're done in a flip format. So they start from both sides and read to the middle. So we really say love, they never end. But
that's so great.
Yeah, they represent that giving and receiving of love. Love is a infinitum, swirl and circle. And I think sometimes we don't know that. We know God loves us, or we know our mother loves us, or we know we love someone. But often, especially with moms, they are better at giving love than receiving it. Somebody actually even pointed out to me not too long ago that when you have a child, and they're giving you love and their energy, but you don't say, I love you, I love you, I love you. And that child doesn't get that you want to hear it back for a while. And so the gift in this book is that the child asks the mother, how much do you love me? And then you flip it over and the mother asks the child. And whether you're reading it to yourself, at least you're hearing it. And it's really a special gift that you can give children in your life, but please know that it's for children of all ages, each of them.
Awesome. And we're all children, which is really great.
That's what I feel.
So what's for the future in your amazing box of gifts for us?
Well, I really do love this format of delivering a message through these picture books. Left out the children's picture books. So I have my third book has just been accepted, and I'm going to start working on. Well, actually, it's been accepted and it's pretty much written. So we'll start working on that with my publisher, and then I'm taking a cue from our dear friend Lilu Massé, and I'd really love to be on either regional or a nationwide, and then eventually worldwide tour, delivering my message. And so I'm really working on what I'd like to look at doing is getting that sponsored for the fall, because we all know the incredible cuts in education that there have been. And it just doesn't seem like there's a lot of people that have become advocates to get the legislation changed so that it's working for our children, which of course is so important. And we really need to rebuild so much of our educational system. But right now, there's children in our world that can use our love and support. And I don't know what each child's gift is, but I believe that if I give them tools and begin to fill their world as much as I can with love and appreciation, then they will be able to deliver their own unique expression and gifts to the world. And that's what we're really all here for.
Yeah, definitely. That's so true. And it's so wonderful that you're embarking on that, because it's needed in whatever way it can come. Yeah, I agree that legislation needs to pass, but until then, we need to use some power tools like you to bring the message forward.
Thank you. And that's what, I think it's so important that we find something that resonates with us. Clearly, Maya, this interviewing process and the web works so well for you. And I could, people might say oh, you should go and be an advocate for our children. You should go lobby on, Capitol Hill. But I find my my joy and my fulfillment and my effectiveness in the classroom. When I get a call or a Facebook post, thank God for Facebook, from a woman, I go into schools, and there's two specific cheers that I teach. I teach an I Shine cheer and a Genius cheer, but then I also tell them to make up cheers for themselves. And we do a lot of alliteration. We do, I'm a superstar student, I'm an awesome athlete, I'm a wonderful writer, I'm a radical reader. And a mother sent me a post saying, after your visit, I found in my daughter's lunchbox, Bella, you are a superstar piano player. I know you're going to have an awesome recital. And I was like, oh,
yeah,
brilliant. They got the idea of writing themselves a powerful message and speaking to themselves in that way. And I couldn't have known that young girl was, that's her gift, that's one of her talents to bring to the world, is piano player. But by teaching them these tools, they can apply it to their own lives.
Oh, that's so wonderful. That's a wonderful story. So, thank you so much, Laura, for your time today. And I'm wishing you a great birthday weekend.
Thank you very much.
Yeah.
This is my gift to the world, or my books, and I encourage everybody really to go out and pick them up, and whether it's in a bookstore or the library, especially the new one too. The new one, nobody really knows about too much yet. So Maya, thank you very much for helping me get the word out. But
my pleasure.
In this book, the child asks, "What's the best gift in the whole wide world?" And when you flip it over, "What's the biggest gift?" And the response is, "You are." Your smile, your voice, your family, your hugs. And then when you flip it over, when she asks what's the biggest gift, it's the world itself is full of miracles, just like you and me. The flowers, plants, and trees, the sun, the oceans, the mountains. And I think that if we give ourselves that gift of putting ourselves in awe and reverence of nature and us as nature, like, we are geniuses. Our bodies and what we're able and capable of doing is just nothing short of magnificent. And I think that by kind of like reading this message with the pictures over and over again, it will begin to develop and bring a lot of that out in us and in the world. And that's what we want to fill the world up with. Love, appreciation.
Yes, definitely. Love, appreciation, and just good news like you.
Thank you. And you. Thank you for helping to make the world a brighter place. Let's just end with the cheer. So the I Shine cheer. The name of the company is called I Shine, and it's got 4 parts. Oh, it'll be a little bit hard to see in the video, but you'll get it. I tell the kids like YMCA, and we make ourselves into the letters. Like, we make ourselves into a straight letter I, so it's I Shine. Then you shine. We make the letter Y with our bodies. We shine. And you make the W here. And then it was the cutest thing. I was teaching a 4th grade class about the editing process. It was always only 3 parts. And then this little girl busts into starshine. And if you put your legs out and your arms out, you make yourself into a 5-pointed star.
Yeah.
So it's up to all of you to go and practice the I Shine cheer. So it's I shine, you shine, we shine, star shine.
That's great. Thank you. And this was Maya from the Worldwide Good News.